Next week's Friday matinee stars Danny Kaye in Knock on Wood.
At the shop, when we're driving through the station, we'll collect shelter creation at the shop. Supers are the latest for 6 vouchers, they're the greatest at the shop. And the casserole is 50 and it's really rather lifty at the shop. Let's go to the shop. Show station. Let's go to the shop. Show station. Let's go to the shop. Show station. Let's go to the shop. Come on. Let's go to the shop. Let's go.
The winter collection, the first of Shell's seasonal offers. Just collect the vouchers and you can trade them in at any participating station. And all the vouchers you collect now are valid for all the year's offers.
Come on, let's go to the shop. Let's go to the shop. Show station. Let's go to...
If you're with us on Monday afternoon, and I hope you will be, you'll be able to see the Monday matinee. It's the comedy Doctor at Large. Among the stars are Dirk Bogarde, James Robertson Justice, Donald Sinden and Muriel Pavlo. So that's on Monday afternoon at 1:30. Now back to today, because it's time for the Thames News headlines.
Good afternoon. A secret report from London Buses reveals that the company expects to shed up to 2,500 jobs in the next year. It says that 1,500 conductors' jobs will go as a result of routes becoming one-man operated, and 1,000 drivers' jobs are likely to be lost as London Buses lose routes to private companies. Still on transport, there'll be talks on Sunday to try to avert an overtime ban on British Rail's eastern region. The unofficial action over new rosters is due to start a week on Monday. Drivers say services from King's Cross and Moorgate to Hertfordshire will be severely hit, but BR say they won't be affected. Drivers on southern region are also considering action. Meanwhile, the National Union of Railwaymen's executive are meeting to decide whether or not to go ahead with next week's tube strike. It's scheduled for all day Wednesday. Yesterday, talks with management failed to reach a settlement. The policeman accused of shooting Cherry Gross has gone into the witness box. Inspector Douglas Lovelock told the Old Bailey jury that he was uptight and exhausted the day before he raided her home in Brixton. He said he'd been on duty for 12 hours on that day and involved in 3 separate armed incidents. Lovelock denies unlawfully and maliciously wounding Mrs. Gross. The trial continues. The Albert Memorial could collapse within 5 years unless essential repair work is carried out. The state of the statue in Kensington has been revealed in a report by the government's Property Services Agency. They're considering ways to save it, but the work could take 2 years and cost more than £1 million. Freightliner, British Rail's container carrying company, is to axe 141 jobs in the southeast. The jobs are due to go as part of a restructuring exercise in which they're closing 8 of their 22 depots. Management say they'll offer staff alternative employment. Finally, a group of handicapped youngsters are preparing to give the performance of a lifetime in Westminster Abbey, and they'll be using instruments they made themselves. The 20 children from 2 Waltham Forest schools are providing all the music for the 15th century miracle play King Over Kings. It opens on Monday. That's all for now. More Thames News at 5:15 and at 6 o'clock. Do join us again.
In half an hour's time on Thames, children's ITV begins with Rainbow. But now it's time for another episode of Sons and Daughters.